I've never told anyone the full story. Not really. Not even the cops. Not the way it actually happened. It started out normal enough. I was just a college student trying to make some extra money. A man named Mr. Calhoun posted an ad looking for a babysitter for his son, Jamie. Said he needed someone a few nights a week, mostly weekends, while he went out to the bar. The pay was good, too good honestly, but I didn't ask questions. Jamie was about 5, small for his age, with big blue eyes and this shock of messy blonde hair. Sweet kid. Quiet. Actually, more than quiet. He didn't speak at all. Mr. Calhoun told me Jamie was mute, that he was slow and didn't like strangers. He said it like it was a warning. The house was always cold, dim. No family photos, no toys out in the open, just bare walls and that weird, heavy silence. Mr. Calhoun would leave around 8 p.m., always in a rush, never giving me more than a nod. Jamie would sit on the couch, watching old cartoons with the volume barely audible, and I'd sit nearby, trying not to feel uncomfortable. I figured it was just a weird gig. But then, after a few months, Jamie finally spoke. It was late, maybe near midnight. He tugged at my sleeve, those big eyes locked on mine, and whispered, "I'm not supposed to talk." I froze. It was the first time I'd ever heard his voice. He looked around, almost like he expected someone to be listening, then leaned in close and said, "Daddy says I'm bad. He says if I talk, he'll put me in the room again." I asked what room. He didn't answer, just stood up and padded barefoot down the hall. I followed him, heart pounding. He led me to a door at the end of the hallway, one I'd never seen open before. He reached up and turned the knob. Inside, the air was thick and sour. There were tools, hammers, belts, cords, all hung neatly on the wall like some sick display. And there, on a table, a thick wooden paddle stained dark. I backed away, dizzy, and noticed for the first time the bruises on Jamie's arms, the faded handprints on his back. I wanted to grab him and run. But before I could even speak, I heard the front door slam. Mr. Calhoun was home. Early, his voice boomed down the hall. "Jamie, where are you?" I panicked. Jamie froze like a statue, terror written all over his face. I grabbed his hand, but he yanked away, eyes wide, shaking his head. I'll never forget the way he looked at me then, like he knew I couldn't save him. I ran. I didn't look back. I drove straight home, hands shaking on the wheel, trying to convince myself it hadn't happened. The next morning, I called the police. I told them everything. Well, most of it. Enough. They went to the house. It was empty. Not just empty. Cleared out. Furniture gone. Rooms bare, like no one had lived there for months. No sign of Mr. Calhoun. No sign of Jamie. The neighbors didn't even remember a child ever being there. The police filed a report, said there wasn't much they could do. Sometimes people just disappear, they told me. But I still hear Jamie's voice sometimes in dreams, whispering, "I'm not supposed to talk." And I wonder where he is now, if he ever got free, or if he's still trapped in some other house, behind some other door. I was 12 when it happened, and I've never trusted anyone since. My parents went to Las Vegas for a week, some kind of anniversary getaway, and they didn't want to leave me alone, even though I swore I could handle it. So they hired a babysitter. His name was Trevor. He was young, maybe in his mid-20s, with this calm, laid-back vibe. Wore hoodies, listened to chill music, called me buddy a lot. At first, I thought he was cool. The first couple days were fine. He made burgers, let me stay up late, even let me play some of his games. But then, things started getting weird. He would walk around the house at night, barefoot, in complete silence. I'd hear the floorboards creak outside my room, then nothing for hours. Once, I caught him staring at me from the hallway, just standing there, not saying a word, before he slipped away when he realized I'd seen him. One morning, I woke up to find all the kitchen knives laid out on the table, just lined up, perfectly straight, like he'd been doing something with them. When I asked him about it, he just smiled and said, "I was making sure they were clean." Another time I saw him in the garage, talking to himself. Loud whispers, pacing in circles. He didn't notice me watching, but I remember the way his voice changed. Soft, and then suddenly loud, like he was arguing with someone only he could hear. But the worst night, the one I still can't shake, was 3 days before my parents came back. I woke up around 3 a.m. My room was dark except for a faint red light coming from Trevor's phone. He was standing at the edge of my bed, recording me. I didn't move. I pretended to be asleep, heart pounding so loud I thought he could hear it. He whispered something, low and rhythmic, like a chant, then left the room. I locked the door after that. Slept with a bat under my bed until my parents got home. When they walked through the door, I ran to them. Told them everything. The filming, the knives, the voices. My mom cried. My dad looked like he wanted to kill someone. They went to the police, filed a report. But there was no video on Trevor's phone. He'd wiped it clean, and no physical proof of anything I said. The cops said there wasn't enough to press charges. Still, they tried to track him down, but he was gone. Left town the day my parents came back. No forwarding address, no social media, nothing. It was like he never existed. 7 years later, I still check my windows at night. Still lock my door before I sleep. And sometimes, when I wake up in the dark, I swear I can see that faint red light again, just for a second. Just long enough to wonder if Trevor ever really left, or if he's still watching, somewhere.
I was 9 when we met her. Now, at 25, I still dream about her. Her name was Lillian. My mother hired her a few months after my dad died. She was young, maybe 19, with long, dark hair and a soft voice. Mom thought she was perfect, someone who could help with me and my little brother, Sam, while she worked late shifts. At first, she was nice. She played games with us, read us stories, told us we were special, that we were different. I liked her. We both did. Then, things changed. She started making us do things, small at first. She would hold a candle close to our hands, daring us to keep them there. She'd whisper, "Pain makes you strong." Then one night, she told me to hold Sam's arms behind his back while she pressed the flame to his skin. He screamed. I cried. I begged her to stop. But she just smiled. "Brothers must suffer for each other," she said. After that, it only got worse. She'd lock us in the closet for hours, saying it was a test of faith. She made us cut our fingers with a knife and press them together, saying it would bind us forever. One night, she made Sam eat a live worm, told him if he spit it out, something would come in the night and take him away. We were too scared to tell Mom. Lillian told us we'd be punished if we did, that our mother wouldn't believe us anyway. Then one night she said she had something to show us. She took us outside, deep into the woods behind our house. In a clearing, she knelt in the dirt and started whispering, chanting. She told us she was part of something bigger, that there were others like her, that she wanted us to join. "We'll leave tonight," she said. "Come with me. Be reborn." Sam grabbed my hand. He was shaking. That's when I said no. Her face twisted. Her eyes, normally so soft, became something else. Something dark. She lunged at Sam first, grabbing his wrist so hard he screamed. I shoved her, hard, She hit the ground and we ran. I could hear her behind us calling our names, her voice wrong, stretched, like something else was speaking through her. We made it home. We told Mom everything. Lillian was arrested. She didn't fight. She didn't say a word. Just smiled as they took her away. They didn't send her to prison. They sent her somewhere worse. A psychiatric ward. The police looked into her past, found nothing. No family, no records. It was like she had appeared out of nowhere. Mom doesn't talk about it. Sam doesn't either. But sometimes I dream about her. And in the dreams, she's still whispering, still waiting.